Hi, I'm Fletcher Roden. My new book, School Crossing, is a gripping drama about a retired police detective who makes his last stand against school shootings by placing himself in front of the gates of his local elementary school as a kind of deterrent to the consternation of his community and the political forces around him. This is a drama, as I say, with a lot of suspense and some romance and humor, and of course a great deal of social commentary. School Crossing asks the important questions. Are we or are we not rising to the challenge of breaking the cycle of violence that results in this recurrent and tragic phenomena of school shootings? In my book, School Crossing, retired police detective John Noland puts on his gun and he goes to stand out in front of his local elementary school, a deterrent. Do I really think that this will make elementary schools safer? I do. I think it would make any school campus safer to have a trained, bonded, reliable person standing guard in front of every front gate. The problem, of course, is how to put something like this together. It's a lot to ask of a retired public servant to put on a gun and stand sentry duty all day, every day. Of course, a certain rotation system could be set up with, let's say, 10 interested members of the citizenry, where they could, swap days and each person only do a few days a month. But really what I think I'm looking at is a program that creates jobs for qualified individuals who are in the military and are having a hard time adjusting to civilian life, or to those who are in the police department or other public service departments, who may feel that they've lost their purpose, who want to use their skills and maybe need a little extra money. The question, of course, is how to pay for them. The school system can't afford to buy books or pay teachers a livable wage. They certainly can't hire a private army to stand guard over the schools. Or can they? What I propose is a kind of a tax. I'll make that clear in a moment. For the moment, let's call it a tax on the professional sports industry. Why the sports industry first? Because unlike any other industry, the pro sports industry relies on the public school system. The sports superstars of today came from the public schools, the junior high schools, the high schools. Without these training grounds, the pro sports teams will have no talent to put their future superstar teams together. The whole industry would crumble without the public school system. So why shouldn't this industry, which generates $2 billion per year, $2 billion annually in North America alone, why shouldn't this industry give back to the school system upon which it so desperately relies? The problem with a tax like this, of any sort, and by the way, 2% of the $2 billion annually, 2% is $40 million every year. That could certainly pay to run a system that hired qualified individuals to guard the schools. You're telling me $40 million a year wouldn't pay for that? But of course, getting a tax law passed is impossible. To subject this kind of idea to the bureaucratic red tape would be to sacrifice it. However, what if some savvy entrepreneur, someone with power and money, like Donald Trump, for example, were to act as the catalyst, the center point of a pilot program involving, let's say, 5 or 10 of the biggest teams in any given league, baseball, football, basketball, if they created some kind of volunteer program where they donated 2%, everybody in the team, of those 10 teams, I feel certain that the other teams in the league would follow suit until the entire league was united in the program. After that, the other leagues would start their own. Now, even the peanut vendors really should be giving to this program, because without those athletes who come from those public schools, those peanut vendors don't have jobs. So whatever it is, 2% down the line for everybody. Now, you can't make them do it, but if they do it and they get that pin and they're wearing that pin at the game, then everybody knows that person chipped in to help the schools, to help the kids. It's not fair just to say, what can we do? This is the price of a free society. It's not the price of a free society, and there are things we can do. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. My name is Fletcher Roden, and if you'd like to know a little bit more about my point of view on the subject, take a look at my book, School Crossing. It's in paperback and on Kindle. Also, take a look for my upcoming web series, Fletch Talks. I'll be chatting with artists, politicians, school teachers, inventors, anybody who has something to say and a reason to say it. I look forward to sharing their thoughts with you then. Thanks again. I'm Fletcher Roden. Bye-bye.